Hi, Amber. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I cannot wait to party with you tonight for Michaela's Book Bash. This is going to be so much fun, but I wanted to share with you some books for each of your kiddos right now. So the first one we're going to do is Anna. You said Anna loves art and she loves animals. So I've wanted to kind of combine those two and help you find some both activity books and some nonfiction for her. The first one I wanted to mention is our origami series. I have origami dinosaurs because of course my son loves dinosaurs, but there's also origami animals, and these are so cool. They are hardback folders, and in the folder there is a book with instructions. You can see kind of what you're supposed to do with these. And then, of course, you also have pages. You have two different size pages, and each page is coordinated to what you will be folding. And so that's a really cool activity book. I love this. It's a great activity. So origami animals. Okay. Next, I wanted to share with you this guide. This is going to help with education during this time. Now, we homeschool, so we use this book as well. This is called Wild Animals Activity Books. If you know anything about Bear Grylls, and maybe your boys do, Bear Grylls is an amazing survivalist, and he has an entire series. Just type in Bear Grylls on our website, and you'll come up with a bunch of them. Epic adventure or epic climbs and epic expeditions are probably two of my absolute favorite that your boys might like. But this one is fabulous if you have an animal lover. It goes through, it has different activities in it that are going to go through. They're things that I would have used when I was teaching school to really get kids understanding different parts of science. So I love this idea of wild animals with the activity book. That is a compilation. We also have them in smaller individual pieces as well. So those are really good. Next is this. This is our new art ideas series. This is drawing animals. This is truly drawing animals. So the actual learning how to draw piece by piece in a way that an artist would do it. This whole series is phenomenal. I think this would work really well for one of your sons as well. This series has drawing animals, drawing cartoons, and drawing people, or drawing, I think it's called drawing faces. Fabulous, fabulous series. So check that one out as well. Last but not least, as far as books go, this one is a must-have for any animal lover. This is the Usborne World of Animals. This has been recently updated. It did go out of print and came back in a different print, so this is the older one, but it is absolutely gorgeous. Any animal lover is sure to find great information in here. My son and I actually sit down and do projects based on animals that he finds in here, and he absolutely loves. It is full, amazing animals, so check that one out. And then I wanted to mention this one. This is one of our newer books. This is called The Travels of Ermine, and it is a fabulous book about an lovely, lovely animal here. And she goes to different countries around the world. And I think it's a fabulous way to really introduce geography and also cultural history to younger kids in elementary school and up to early middle school. It really is a great way to introduce those. So this is The Travels of Ermine. It's very thick. There's actually 3 books in here. I also wanted to mention our Tanglewood Park series. I do not have a copy of that. They all sold at my last booth, but Tanglewood Park is a phenomenal series all about animals, and Tanglewood Park is basically a zoological park. So check that one out as well if she loves animals. Okay, next I have Joshua. So Joshua is the one that you said loves sports, baking, and history. So I've grabbed quite a stack here. Now, as far as sports go, and this would also be for Caleb as well, we do have books that are joke books. We have 2 of them, sports joke book and animals joke book, I want to say. They are really simple, silly jokes, things like, why are sheep so good at artistic gymnastics? They excel on uneven bars. It is a phenomenally funny book. I have an almost 8-year-old who goes around reading these all the time and sharing them. It may not be your 11-year-old's cup of tea, but they are pretty funny. Now, I wanted to share one of our newer books. This is History Uncovered, the USA. One of the things that I love about this is it goes into depth and detail about the birth of our country all the way up through everything that you are finding. So let me see if I can get all of this in the shot. What's great is you can see the cutout here. You can actually see how the states are being made as you go through. So ultimately, you see what's happening that brings our country to the full 50 states that we currently have. And it tells you a little bit about that history and how they go through. So that's History Uncovered the USA. That's a phenomenal book. Another series that we have is the 100 Things to Know About series. This is 100 Things to Know About History. We have it for space as well, which I have pulled for your son, for Caleb. But this one is going to be really great infographics that aren't really going to be taught in school. So it's kind of cool facts, like a pharaoh was almost erased from recorded history. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, whose name means foremost of noble ladies ruled Egypt around 3,500 years ago. Not only was she one of the few female pharaohs, she also opened up trade routes and commissioned vast building projects across Egypt. But modern historians almost didn't know she existed. And so it gives you a little bit of information in there. These are phenomenal books for 7 to 12-year-olds. They are filled with great facts in there. I also wanted to mention this series. This is actually called The Medieval Messenger. If you like jokes, which I know you said your other son is the one that's into that, but this is actually pretty funny. This is a satirical newspaper that was written back in medieval times. And so it's really right up their age range. It's actually for 11 plus. And the reason is the humor in it is something that only older kids are really going to understand. It's hilarious to read as an adult. It's truly, truly funny. It has great little articles in here about bloodletting and how wonderful it is for certain things, or using leeches. It's phenomenal advertisements on how to or what the best tools to use to invade a country. So it's super, super fun, super funny. So this is called The Medieval Messenger. Okay, now we also have things like this. So this is Timelines of World History. If you haven't gotten it before, I always suggest this one. It lays out the history of our world in timeline form. So you see up in the corner, it's going to have the year, and it's going to have the continent up at the top. So what they're going to, how that's going to play out in each continent. So it's a great way to analyze world history, and it's super, super fun. Okay. Well, fun if you're a history nerd like I am. I actually taught middle and high school science and math, but I absolutely love history. So another series that I think may be enjoyable for both of your boys is our Graphic Legends series. This is actually the different books like, what do we have? We have Dracula, we have Robin Hood. We have so many classics that are in this series that are created as a graphic novel to really keep that continuity where they're reading those awesome books, but they're also reading it in a way that appeals to them. Now, I will tell you this. I pulled this one. It's Jason and the Argonauts. We also have Thor. So they're great Greek and Norse myths that really are phenomenal for helping kids who love history. So we love these. Actually, I read Jason and the Argonauts to my son. He loves Greek and Norse myths. I wanted to pull this one as well. This is Real Life Mystery. It really does appeal to the age range that you have for all of them. It is going to talk about all sorts of different mysteries that we have between UFOs, curses, ancient alien astronauts, different things at Versailles, spontaneous human combustion. So many different topics in here that are super, super fun. Last but not least, I wanted to mention this one for Joshua, I believe. I'm sorry. Let me pull that back up. Yes, Joshua. I was correct. So this is Children's World Cookbook. This is all about cooking. And if he loves cooking, this is going to be a great book to pull in that world history, world culture more into it. We have different vegetables from different countries. You're going to talk about different things at each of the different places. So you have Austria, and you're going to make this awesome tort. It's going to be, cheeses. You're going to have French. You have Hungary. You have goulash. Norway. You have a red fruit dessert. So many different things in here to cook, and it's super, super fun. I love it because it is a spiral, so it's really easy in my kitchen to be able to use because it's also hardback. So we do like that. Okay, now let's work on Caleb. So you said Caleb loves magic. So I wanted to share this one with you, and this is actually perfect for his age range. It is our picture book, but it is so involved. This is called The Greatest Magician. And the idea behind this book is to teach magic tricks while still carrying out a story. And what's really fun with this is the magic tricks are actually in the book itself. So you have different magic tricks that it's going to talk about, and then you have the stuff in the book. And so you have this entire story that goes along. This is great for 7 to 12-year-olds. The story is about a famous magician as he goes through teaching a child. And the pieces are in here to perform all of these tricks. It's a really thick book, decently thick book, I should say, not really thick. But it is absolutely phenomenal. There's a trick on almost every single page that they get to go through. So The Greatest Magician is a great gift book when it comes to kids who love magic. Now you said space as well. So I wanted to mention some of our better books for space. I love space. My son is a huge space nerd. He loves anything space related. So things like The Story of Astronomy in Space. It is essentially a chapter book, but it goes through topically. It has amazing facts in here, and it literally is an entire timeline of the history of space. So that one's really cool. Again, that 100 Things to Know series. This is 100 Things to Know about space. We love that one in our house. And then, of course, this is our newest. This is Dr. Maggie's Grand Tour of the Solar System. And what this is it lays out the solar system. Dr. Maggie is actually a female astrophysicist who has decided that she wants everyone to truly understand space without all the fear that comes along with it. So she breaks things down and gives such amazing insight. I taught astronomy in my earth science classes to 9th graders, and some of the material in here is more in depth even than what we got into, although we did go pretty far in depth. So check this out. It is Dr. Maggie's Grand Tour of the Solar System. So we do love that one. I wanted to show you this one, this last one. Okay, this is actually a 200-piece puzzle. We have them up to 300-piece puzzles, but the beauty of these is not just simply the puzzle. This is obviously a solar system puzzle. The pieces aren't terribly small, aren't terribly large, but inside is the fold-out solar system. We love this, and I would have used this in my classroom to kind of just have them look through. The idea is it puts all the satellites and such up there as well, so it really gives them a great understanding of all the debris and junk that we have in our solar system, along with everything else. And then if you notice at the bottom, you're going to have information, and that information is going to be things like key terms or distance from the sun for each of the planets, or whatever it happens to be talking about. The Kuiper Belt, the dwarf planets, all of those are included in this little pamphlet. You can get this in hardback form. It is a fold out as well, but it is the same price as the one with the puzzle. So I like the one with the puzzle better. That one's really cool. And then I did want to mention this. This is really for about 7 to 10-year-olds, but you may enjoy it. This is See Inside the Universe. And this is one of our only books that really has a great handle on the universe in a way that's super easy to understand. But you're going to have flaps in this, which really makes a lot of things interesting. And you're going to have some great information in here. I really feel the information is superior and far above what the age level is. But this is a great one as well. See Inside the Universe. So I hope that helps. It's about 5 minutes per kid with a lot of books. So I hope that helps you narrow your choices down. I can't wait to party with you tonight at Michaela's party. Have a great day, Amber.